Hello everyone and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel and welcome back to the Indy Spotlight. The bastard is here, so it must be for BCC. No, it's not. It's for AWW. AWW. I don't know what my accent went weird there.
We've got Alternative
Wrestling World. So I came down to Alternative Wrestling World because you were there, and so was RC Chaos. So we decided to drink at the back and enjoy some full force wrestling.
We did.
Yeah. How did you enjoy your night before we get into it fully?
You know what? I did enjoy my night. I did. We're about to get into this, and we will get into it, and we will not lie. There's one thing we don't do. Is we do not give biased reviews and we don't lie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the best wrestling show we've been to, but it was still fun. It was still fun. It was enjoyable and the crowd absolutely ate it up.
Yeah. It's the kind of wrestling that if you like, it suited the crowd. As in, like, family friendly, they know the people. Obviously, we didn't really know a lot of people on that show. But there were a few people where are kind of, like, actually surprised and happy to see them.
We didn't know a lot of people is an understatement. You didn't know a lot of people. I knew two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if I don't know a lot of people, it's a worry, isn't it?
You know, that's a lie. I knew three people, sorry.
Yeah, but and they were the people that you were there to look at as well. So I've got a few notes on the first few matches, and then it's just pretty much vibes after that. So we kicked off with the tag team champions, Chaddy B and Max Blaze, versus Brocco Black and Jesse Dynamite, who you are aware of. He is one of the people that you were aware of prior to this. Yep. So first thoughts I'm going to give you on each person to remember. One, if you remember who they were. Also, the general match. So,
well, Mr. Cow, first of all.
Mr.
Let's get into Mr. Cow. First of all, I want to say, a fucking cow, what the fuck? However, that shit is over as fuck there.
Oh, massively.
And well done to you. Well done for getting over a cow gimmick. Because, you know, I can't even imagine pitching that as an idea. Like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna moo, I'm going to have cows gimmicks. I'm going to have puppets with cows, cow print hats. But it worked. It absolutely fucking worked. Well done.
Yeah. Like, I'll probably post that picture you sent me of my reaction. But yeah, it was weird. It was an odd experience. He did a 5-knuckle shuffle with a sock with an udder on it.
Yep.
That's all I remember from that major spot. Max Blaze, I did enjoy his tag team partner.
Max Blaze, he was really. I thought he was really good. I think
quite smooth.
There's some big potential for Max Blaze. I think Jesse obviously was the one person that I was excited to see because he's somebody I've been looking at for a while. And I had a chance to see him in person, and that was my opportunity that night. And him and Max were really good. They played off each other well. I think they were the standouts in the match for me completely.
Nearly as well.
Yeah, Jesse's transformation. We talked about this about the Hinkley one about Sam Best, but Jesse Dynamite's body transformation, seeing him transform. He's a fucking unit of a man.
Yeah,
he's a big dude. He's really worked on himself, and his in-ring performance is getting better. I did tell the guy on the night that his on mic stuff was poor. It was bad, but he's still learning. And you know, I said to him, I think Chaos said the same as well. Was, you know, get on the mic as much as you can. More you get on the mic, more practice you get, more you get used to it, more comfortable you are towards it. It was good. Jesse was really good, like you said. He was a standout. And then we had
Brocco Black.
Micro Brock.
Very, very inspired by Brock Lesnar. To a point where it was like literally you just look and think Brock Lesnar. His entrance was Brock Lesnar gear.
Yeah. He ran the ropes with some passion. Mm-hmm. He did. He really ran the ropes with passion. He did. He's not the most technically solid in there at the four of them, but you know, he was still over. He was getting the crowd reactions.
Which is all you know.
there was an incident where there was a slip, and then they went for the spot. Instead of just moving on or going into the move another way, they just rinsed and repeated. The second they did that for me, they kind of lost me a little bit. But he's only been in the business a year. To give him some credit. Spoke to him after the show. He'd only been in the business a year, so like a lot of these people. So it like we said, it wasn't the best wrestling show, but they were all over with the crowd, and they did what they had to do for that crowd, and the crowd left it up and loved it.
Yeah, a few of the notes I've got down here. Brocco's working on the Moo was one of my tag champs was in control for a lot of it. Double team offense. The power slam you mentioned. The crowd was massively on Max, which was good for them. Jesse hit some massive lariats on Max Blaze, showing off his power at it. Then the Moo took in control. He hit a Moo. The exact wording was the Moo knuckle shuffle, followed by the Moo spear, and he picked up the win. Rated 4 stars. I rated 2.25.
2.25 udders is pretty good.
2.25 udders. Yeah,
it's pretty good. I didn't give any ratings to this, I'll be honest, because I could lie to you all and tell you I did, or just give you based on vibes right now.
Vibes right now. We love vibes.
Vibes right now, I'd probably say 1.25 stars.
There we go. Vibes. Opening contest. We then moved on to a 2-1 handicap match. This match annoyed the shit out of me. It wasn't the wrestler's fault. The ring announcer announced Desolation, the tag team, and then don't know who was part of Desolation. I had to physically work out who these people were. I only found out. So Scott Wenlock. It was easy to find out him. But Damon, it took me 3 days to find out who he was because you didn't no information on him, and it's not his fault. It's like, why didn't they announce Scott Wenlock Desolation? That helps.
Scotty was nice and easy to figure out and find out who he was.
Yeah, the Snake Prince.
He's the Snake Prince, so at least we had a gimmick to work with.
Damon
was it was difficult because he was kind of like Simon Cowell, but not. And we found out earlier on that he used to be a lucha wrestler.
Which then I thought, which it wasn't him, but because I hadn't seen the rest of the show yet, and I wasn't aware of these people. I thought that was Mike Moreau. He just sounded more luchador-y kind of that, so I thought it might be him. Which it wasn't. He's in part of Desolation, so it's technically close.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember. So, fair play.
Tag teams, they should announce who's in the tag team. That's like a good thing. Like Clarkwood. They still say Matt and Mark Clarkwood, Matt and Mark Clark. They were facing Anarchy. Anarchy actually is a lot better than I expected it when I first saw him coming out.
Anarchy surprised me. I don't know what else. I don't know. There was a lot of, when he walked out, I went, okay.
Big guy.
I can see what this is going to be. He's just going to be a big guy, just do big guy things. And he did, for the most part. But there was a nice bit of hardcore wrestling. I like a bit of hardcore wrestling.
Yeah. Pretty much this is the last part of my notes, and then we are pretty much involved, so I do apologise. I remember everyone, I just don't remember a lot of the matches. So they were trying to double team Anarchy, but Anarchy, I'm going American, fuck it. Anarchy was all over them. Grabbed a pipe, waylaid on both of them. They tried to work the chairs on him, but, he's a big guy, it wasn't happening. He hit a massive slam on the chairs to, it would have been Scott. Then the other guy Damon got tied up in the guardrail.
He got chained.
Yeah, got chained in a guardrail. You had a nice experience with that as well, if I remember, when you were trying to do some photography.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
And then Anarchy picked up the win, because obviously, if they're not going to beat him with 2-on-1, they're not going to beat him 1-on-1. I rated 2 stars. It was fun. It was just a handicap match, but with a bit of weapons, and Anarchy kind of made it his own.
I'm not going to rate this higher than the first match, based on my vibes. I'm going to give this a star, a 1 star. It was fun, and again, though, like it might seem like we're bagging on people, but we're not. These guys have not been in the business years, but they know their crowd, and they were over with their crowd. So it's not a negative for the guys at all. They did really well to get over with their people. That absolutely they did. Wasn't completely for us, but
yeah,
you know,
you got to realise as well they are new, and also like if you're expecting to be new and then being like rated 4.5-star bangers, you know, you kind of in a unless you look. I'll get his name in every review I ever do. Next up, we had the Smiler. Who you were waiting for the entrance music and you go, he's got to come in, and then eventually there was a part of it that actually the Smiler music came on. So you were happy about that, if you remember.
Yeah, when it first started, I was like, where is it? I want the music. I want the Alton Towers Smiler music. Give it me now. And then it did come, and I was like, okay, I like you now. I'm happy.
And he was facing Ray Gun Smash.
Yeah, Ray Gun
Smash.
Yeah. Get it right. Don't get it wrong like you did originally.
No, I didn't get it wrong. Someone, you thought his name was Raymond Smash, wasn't it? Was that?
You, me, Rob, someone else.
Yeah,
who knows? Like, at this point.
Yeah. I'll be honest, this is where my notes end. So I remember a decent amount of this match. It went on a bit longer than I expected. If I remember, which it sounds bad to point stuff out, which we shouldn't really point out wrestling, but it's a review. Literally, someone through the curtain told them to go home, and then it went on for like 3 or 4 minutes after that.
Yeah.
They're both like decent. I rated it 2 stars. The Smiler did pick up the win with a good finish and choke. If I remember, Ray Gun Smash has got a unique character with the lights and stuff like that. It seemed to go on for a while, and even the crowd didn't seem to be fully invested.
Yeah, the crowd was all there; they were with you.
Yeah,
but then it hit a point where everyone went, "Shouldn't we on the next match?" There, and like you pointed out, we did audibly hear somebody tell them to go home through the curtain.
Yeah, it was which is really obvious as well. It wasn't even like hidden.
Yeah, it was. That's unfortunate, especially for the boys in the ring. That is unfortunate. Smiler was over with my wife completely. She really enjoyed him because he played on his character. He played for the camera well. He knew what his camera. He knew what his camera was. No, he knew what his character was. He knew why he was there, what he was getting over, and he put that across. And going through the pictures of him in that match, you could see that he got an idea of his character. Again, his in-ring, it wasn't awful by any means. I actually think these 2 guys put on a half-decent match, to be honest. They actually had a good showing. But, you know, again, that was over until that point there. They went too far. They just needed to know their timing a bit more, I think. But it was fun. It wasn't awful. I'm going to go... you know what? I'm going to go straight away with what my gut said, and my gut did say it's 2 stars straight away, so I'm going to go with it.
I went 2 stars. There we go. Normally in that instance, when you go 2, I'm fucking rating 5 stars.
Broken clock and all that, you know.
Yeah. Next up, we had another championship match, which was Mike Maru. I do apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's Moreau.
Dave.
So we had Mike versus Ace Steel. So Mike is the leader of Desolation, and he was fighting Ace Steel. I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of this match at all. I rated it 2.25 stars, so I did enjoy it more than most of them. Mike did pick up the win. He is still the champion. Ace is very good with his character work and getting the fans on his side, and Mike's the exact opposite, as in like he can get the crowd against him. If I remember as well, they had a weird spot with a blackout in that match. I believe it was that match with when Anarchy came out in the blackout.
Sorry, I had in my head that it's Axel. Yeah, don't know why.
Have I got Ace Steel?
I had Axel in my head.
Oh, this is bollocks. Yeah, he's called Ace Steel now. Enjoy. That's I'm sure it was Ace Steel. It's Ace Steel.
You know what? If anyone's going to be wrong, it's most likely me.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So we'll just say it's me. I'm in the wrong.
And I never cut stuff out. So I like people to know that I get stuff wrong. I don't like doing it. Yeah, because if you look perfect, you look perfect.
You're great. You are great for doing that, to be honest, and that is good. But no, this was all right. This was technically sound. I don't feel like this match was anywhere near as over as some of the others.
Axel, fuck!
Hey you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.
I do apologise, Axel. Got you on my database as Ace Steel as well. Why have I got you as Ace Steel? Anyway, back to what you're about to say.
I'm done now. I was right, but I don't care. Fuck it. No, this was a technically sound match. It was consistent. This match was, and it was very much word of the day competent.
Competent. It's the word of the day because it's the first time we said it in this review, and no one knows that So we refilmed the Wrestling Inkley one, and that got mentioned a lot. The word competent, and it was a competent match. It was a competent match. This was. I think the problem they had was the outside interference, the shenanigans outside, drew more attention than it should have, in parts. Yeah. But the guys themselves in the in-ring was done really well. Anarchy turning up. There's a picture of him on their Facebook page of him sitting on the stage that looks fucking sweet. Not biased by some sexy purple-haired chick taking it, but it just looks imposing. Anarchy is a big guy. It looks imposing, and he was there to control the match. In that essence, he was making sure that everything went right. The Goon Squad, pretty much. And again, these guys knew their audience, and they played to it. It wasn't awful at all. I did enjoy this. Well, I rated 2.25 stars. I'm at 2 stars with this one. This is the one match where in my head I went, that's a 2-star match. Yeah. You got saying like the more we go, the more we'll get used to them, and then we'll get the characters, and then it make more sense. Whereas this is like a first time viewing. Yeah. Next up, we had Raw. A match. Go on. I just said we went Raw. That's all. Yeah, we did go Raw. Never go Raw. Next up was a match where I didn't know this person was on the card, and then as soon as I saw them on the card, I hyped them highly to you. And didn't disappoint. So we had a match with Lydia Cruz, who is a trainee of Luke Basham, I believe you made me aware of. I didn't. The other person next to me did. Someone did. RC Chaos, maybe. Was it RC Chaos that mentioned that? Or was that? Well, I didn't know that information, so maybe. And she was facing the person, what about Alfie, who I'm a massive fan of, because she has very, very, very good character work. Anyone that's seen Alfie, she comes out with a Care Bear, which sounds peculiarly like it's got a metal chain in it, which it does. You marked out like a motherfucker when Alfie's music came on. It's because obviously I knew no one. I didn't know Jesse. I didn't know Jay, and then it was like it was that excitement of holy fuck, she's dead good. It was that moment, and you did point out and say, pay attention, which we did. We did pay attention. These two are really good. They had a really good match. Yeah. These two didn't know the crowd as well. Alfie, I've been told, wrestled there a few times, which I didn't realise. Alfie's wrestled there a few times, yeah. But they didn't seem to understand the crowd as much as the rest of the people there did. But that didn't take away from what they put in the ring. Yeah. Because their match was really good. Yeah, match of the night by distance in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were over the moon to hear that as well, by the way, because I did inform them they were my match of the night and there was also your match of the night.
Yeah.
I made sure they knew.
The experience, so that's what experience gets you from people like Alfie. Lydia Cruz, the music was incredible. Going to put me over straight away. I think I did a joke on you. I turned around to you and went, "You what?" And then you answered like I didn't say it, and then I said, "You what?" And then you bastard.
Yeah, fuck you, and good night. No, yeah, you did get me with that because I was like, "Oh my god, he's giving me Kevin and Perry vibes," and you went, "You what?" And I was like,
"Was good as well, like Lydia." But yeah, just a really, really fun match overall. Alfie did pick up the win. We're at 2 3/4, and I was really, really happy with it.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I really enjoyed this. This was a fun match. First time I'd ever seen these girls wrestle as well. Lydia's really good, technically sound. Alfie is a full package for me. I love somebody that's got an outside the box character that can perform as well and that can really bring it in the ring. I loved everything about her. She was an absolute standout for me. Spoke to her after the show as well, let her know how much we thought of the match and how much I thought of her. Because she really was. She was really, really good. And she was an absolute standout. This was the match of the night for me, without doubt. And this was definitely a 2 3/4 star match.
Oh, twice we marinated. Oh.
Yeah.
And then we got to the main event, which was just an odd situation. So we had, I believe, this is the one name where I might be wrong. Captain Cutlass. I'm sure that's
Captain Cutlass. Yeah.
We had the Gas Man. We had Jackson Havoc. Jay Steins, which was the other guy you were aware of, and Troy Jones, who I believe is the guy that runs it.
The face that runs the place.
From what I remember of this match, Captain Cutlass and I believe it might have been the Gas Man were having a good match inside the ring, and then the rest were brawling to fuckery outside.
So it was Cutlass, Jay Steins, and Jackson
Havoc. Yeah.
That were in the ring while everyone else was. I'll say everyone else. It was a 5-man, wasn't it?
Yeah, Troy and Gasman.
Yeah. Troy and Gasman were outside. I brought this up to the guys on the night. Troy and Gasman definitely drew the attention of everybody. Mm-hmm. They took the entire attention of everything going on, which was a shame because what was happening in the ring was very competent wrestling.
It was good wrestling in the ring, but like I said, like it's just kind of you're looking at your corner of your eye because you're seeing two people brawl and kind of take it all away.
My wife, she was doing the pictures, and majority of what she's got is what was going on outside because that was where all the action was. It was very much all there, and that's not a bad thing, you know. That they were drawing the crowd, they were drawing the attention, and you know they were doing what they're supposed to do, and the guys were doing what they were supposed to do. They were filling in the ring, and they did it really, really well. Really, really well. There was a comment made about Captain Cutlass that that's the best they've seen him looking as well. He was really smooth in the ring. He didn't look clumsy.
Oh, he's taller as well, which is weird.
Considering it was quite simple.
Yeah, it was just simple at all, but it suited his character so well.
Yeah, it did. Jay Steins, he was somebody that I've been hoping to see, and I got lucky that he was on the card that night. So I was told to make sure I look out for him. He comes out to NWA straight out of Compton. And my God.
Suits him so well.
It's fucking brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. So funny. But he didn't do so much the comedic role in this, but his in-ring performance was good. Jackson, again, like we said, he was the other one in that little freeway. He was so good. I don't know if it was being with Steins and with Captain Cutlass, because they're the two experienced, or more experienced, especially Cutlass over Steins, but they're the experienced ones there, and they put on a decent match in the ring.
Yeah. It was elimination. I I don't have the elimination order. Once again, this was pretty much a vibe and drink kind of session because we went down there to kind of have a quick view, and I also like to drink. My ratings, I always write the ratings, so I make sure they're there, but this the notes weren't there. From the all essence, Troy Jones did pick up the win in this match. The guy that runs the show, he was bleeding early on in the match.
He got follow.
Yeah, then he went over.
Yeah, he did. Should we be honest and pick this bit? This as far as the finish went, as far as where this was going, I'd stepped away from the match before, well, as it was coming down to the final two, and I was asked, "Are you really going to leave now before the match is over?" And my response was, "We knew from the first elimination who was going over." We've never been there before. We've never seen the show before, but you could see where it was going.
Yep. I want to put that rock gif up that I sent you.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like it. You love it.
It did very much seem like that's where it was going. And it did.
I'm going over, son.
But, I mean, again, don't get me wrong. The crowd absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And we've not been there before, so I'm not judging you. I'm not judging that on that basis by any means. Sometimes the man has to go over. It's just we saw where it was going and we'd never been there before. But for the people that was there, it was incredible. It was an amazing moment. And to be fair to him, he shared that moment with the people there because it was a briefcase match. And he had pictures with the fans. He let the fans hold it. It was a very much family interaction with the case, and everyone got involved, and it was really, really good to see that, to be fair.
Yeah. I rated 2.25 quarter stars. There was good action involved. It just obviously there was a lot going on, which is always the case with a 5-way scramble. Elimination scramble. I
think the other downside as well is, like you said, it was elimination, but we ended up announcing who got eliminated.
Yeah, we completely forgot about that. The first one, we were going, why is no one told anyone? And then the second one, Captain Cutlass has been eliminated. That's what I was just shouting in the crowd because no one was doing it.
Yeah, the ring announcer went, fuck it, I can't be arsed. But, yeah, it was fun. Like I said, the focus was outside the ring, where personally, with how good the action was in the ring, it should have been there because the guys in the ring didn't get the shine that they should have.
Yeah, because it was two different styles, like brawling. Absolutely. You're gonna cop on the brawling, so you're gonna miss the actual good wrestling in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, again, like you say, it's a 5-man, it's a clusterfuck match, innit? So
they should have run some picture-in-pictures.
That's what right. So we'll run it back. We'll speak to Rick and Morty. But no, I'm gonna go 2.25 on this as well.
You're matching up with me now. Oh.
I'm gonna go with you because this. It was fun, and the crowd. We're basing it on vibes, ain't we? At the end of the day, and the vibes were the crowd fucking loved it, and that's what matters.
Yeah. It's obviously our reviews like different wrestling. People like different things. I wasn't massive in it because I don't know anyone. But the more I get there, the more I'll be able to see. We'll be there for the April show, if I'm not banned from this review. But yeah. Like I said, the wrestling wasn't the greatest, but it was a fun show, and that's what you want. You want people coming back. I'm going back.
There you go.
I watched Mega Slam once, and I never want to go to it again. So that's like at least I want to come back.
So it's like I'll say again, like you say, it's not for everything isn't for everybody. Everyone's got their own opinions and everything. My personal preference is like I loved Chris Ridgway versus James Mason. It was a very old school wrestling match, and not a single person gave a fuck in that audience.
Including me.
But me, I was fucking loving every second of it. So everyone's got their own things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And as long as you people there are getting enjoying it, as long as you're putting smiles on their faces, that's what matters.
Yep. Man, as long as you're living for my star ratings, that's what matters.
And remember, Rate star ratings are the be all and end all.
And remember, if you get in my good books, supposedly your rating goes up.
You get over with rate, you get automatically get an extra star.
Yeah, ask Charlotte. TJ Rowland, I don't know, I'm bringing this back on a different review. He's over with me. Makes no sense. Anyway, as usual, like and subscribe. Check out, I'm assuming they've got an on-demand service.
AWW have an on-demand service?
Yeah, I'm assuming AWW have got an on-demand service. They may not, but obviously you get tickets to their future shows. They're on Facebook, Twitter, sorry, not Twitch. As usual, like and subscribe. Check out our further reviews, Wrestling Hinkley. For anyone that's wondering why this review wasn't longer, do actually review proper stuff with notes and stuff like that. It is just because I didn't know what was going on. And
In all fairness, we didn't even know this was going to be a review.
oh yeah, no, I literally 2 days ago. You went, I'm doing that. And I'll turn up.
And when you got there, you was like, I suppose I should review it as I'm here.
And also, I turned up at flipping Weatherspoons. That's the roughest Weatherspoons in the world. Check that out. Now, one's in Halesoe, and it looks like the kind of place where everyone has done a 20 stretch in that Weatherspoons.
So if this is the last time we see RateWrestle, remember he went back to Halesoe.
Yeah, and there was also a nice bar called Roberto, so go check that out. That was nice. I missed my... do you know what the more annoying thing is before this? I missed my bus by looking for my bus on my phone. I was looking to check the times, and do you know when you just hear it go past, and it's like, you fuck.
You poor man.
So what it meant was I had to go get another beer somewhere. It was a terrible decision.
You're off just getting an Uber.
No.
No, get a beer.
I did get some in the end, because I had to go play Uno, yeah. That's what I did then, yeah. Instead of going back to the Bastard Cave.
The Bastard's Cave was open
for the first time ever for RateWrestle, and he declined.
For some whiskey, and Rate declined.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed ever again. And then
you could have been drinking out of the school. But no.
Yeah, let's end this crap show, not this channel, this video, before we get there. Goodbye, everyone.